Welcome back, everyone. The Politics of Survival. I am here with some very special guests, and I was on their show a few months ago. The Banks sisters. Hello. How are you, Courtney and Keisha? It's so good to see you.
It's
good
so
to see you.
Yeah. But there are some
Yes.
serious stuff going on. But I see your sweatshirt, Camp Dada. I want to hear all about Camp Dada. Okay, so all right. So are you the Queen Dada or
Oh man,
Dada. No,
can I be part of the royal court or of the Dada? Yeah,
we're keeping it. It's all paupers here.
Yeah,
we don't
right.
have. Yeah, we got no.
There you have it.
Yeah.
Anyone
All
can
right.
get this beautiful sweatshirt.
Indeed.
All right.
It's
So
so
tell us
funny.
about Camp Dada. What is it? What's going on?
So I mean, it's so funny they were talking. I was thinking about the last time that we talked, and like things have gotten a lot worse. I didn't think they were gonna get this bad. And so, I mean, there were some people who were trying to do an action a few months ago, and so we had like a healthcare live stream, and we were just kind of thinking, what can we do? And we were just kind of like, let's not go to DC again, and kind of a lot of people aren't going to their offices, and you end up just kind of pissing off people who don't actually have any power. So
and they're not even they're not even hearing our chants, and
staff interns and things like that.
So one of so Lucy, friend of Indie News Network, of course, she's amazing. She was like, maybe we should go to the Hamptons, because that's a lot of people have their second or third homes, of course.
Yes.
So what we figured is, why don't we go and camp, which is great for bonding. And I mean, so many lefties, I think, especially after COVID has happened and everything, people just have been isolated. So I think there are so many people who had so much energy after Bernie, or there's so much anti-war sentiment, or there's just so many people who want to left a third option, third party option, that we were like, let's just get people together. And at least if we don't agree on one vision, we can sit down and discuss with each other in real life. We can actually like get to know each other and see people that we talk to on Twitter, which is something that the right has a lot. We don't.
Yeah, that's like such a huge part of it. The part of just like meeting the other people that you are always like kind of talking with, commiserating with. But so we're gonna focus it on 3 different things. So it'll be 3 days of educational, what are we calling it?
Educational and art demonstrations.
And art demonstrations. Yes, exactly.
Nice.
So we'll focus on universal health care. We'll focus on the climate crisis, and then the last day will be focused on the general strike. So we're trying to just kind of bring some awareness to these rich people. We'll see how that goes.
And we're gonna have mirror actions as well offline, so people who can't go, because it's a small event. And we're hoping to expand this event around the country, and hopefully find other ways to do it. It's our first time, so but we want to be able to connect with people in mirrored actions, and also be able to live stream other pieces of it, maybe some of the fireside chats. And we've started doing these really cool like voice recordings where we're all sharing our stories as to why we need to be unionizing, or how are you trying to organize in your community, just all these things, so we can actually start having these conversations that will get us somewhere, because I think people are just having a lot of energy that's like, nothing's happening. So at the very least, if you want to feel like you're doing something, we have a few more spots left. And if you can't come to the actual event, we're finding plenty of ways for people to get involved online as well. And getting merch is one of the new ways. So we have awesome merch, hats, and all kinds of stuff, and the donations. Some of the proceeds from that go to our camp. And then we've got a wish list that has camping gear. We're trying to bring people who live in the cities, who never get to camp. A lot of people of color who and a lot of people of color who've never been camping. That's something that we're organizing with Josana from Revolutionary Blackout Network, and she's from Brazil. She's great. And she was really reminding us, like, it is very interesting that the rich do kind of take over these green spaces and push us out. So if anything, poor people in their area, they're gonna be like, what the heck?
And we're looking for a lot of different kinds of people too. Like we're gonna do kind of like some like skill shares, like people are coming who know things about like Rifty technology and how not to be tracked when you're at a protest, and people who know things about cooking and gardening. And so We're still looking
Good.
for someone who can help us out with videography, maybe. And then maybe one more camp chef, and I feel like then we'll be good.
Oh, nice. That sounds fantastic. I mean, yeah, it sounds, and when is it?
Over Labor Day.
Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day, over Labor Day. Okay. So that's, you have some time to prep for it. And the name, what inspired the name?
Well, Dada means nothing, you know, it means nothing, and you can
Right.
say it in any language. And I like, Josana was presenting that it's also a representative of like a political art form too. So there was this whole like art movement that was built around it, behind it, and it kind of just encompassed what we were looking to do.
Yeah.
It was
So are you going to be able to do a little bit of art out in the business? Oh, good.
Yeah,
good.
there, if it
That sounds
on the wish list, we have like we have some supplies on the wish list, but I'm sure once we start, we haven't quite gotten to our programming portion yet. So like we have a whole list of like all these things that we want to do. So once we get our kind of campers organized, then we're gonna set up and figure out what we need to make our ideas happen. And we have some really creative ideas because we are in the Hamptons and we don't want to get arrested.
Right.
And
So they're also
Our parents are not driving to
because
the Hamptons to come get us.
Yeah. And I think one of the things you have to look at too is like, can you have a fireball and all that? Yeah, I know. All these permits and things you have to get.
Yeah, they put in a lot of
very strict
financial barriers in order to keep us pours out. So yes, things like fireballs are on our wish list because, you know, it's just one extra barrier. So to keep you kind of out of their areas.
Yeah,
they're tricky. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
They do. I mean, like people always say like, where were you from? Well, I'm from Monterey, California. And they're like, oh my God, Monterey, that's so beautiful. Well, I can't live there. I'm not a millionaire, like billionaire actually. So San Luis Obispo and a lot of the coast of California and the Central Coast, which is pristine, beautiful, and it's been kept that way and it's not very built up. It's just gorgeous. And the people who own it are now pretty much billionaires and stuff, and they've shoved up all the prices in the housing, and now everybody has to move out. And yeah, it was so it's sad. Now I live in another beautiful place. I'm in the Pacific Northwest and I love it, but you're right, it's just, and I feel like it's a matter of time. Like I feel like it's kind of a hidden gem where I live, and I don't want the rich people to know.
Yeah,
because they'll come ruin it.
Yeah, they're trying to buy up homes everywhere.
Yeah,
I know, they
to
ruin everything, and they gate off the beaches, and they just
like, how is that legal?
A private
like, a beach, it should not be a thing. Like the ocean is bigger than us. So you know.
Yeah, I know. It's just capitalism run amok, right? Right.
Yeah.